So the first time I went out to meet Jonathan, you know, it was quite an affecting experience for me because he was 12 years old then, and you know, EB had not touched his face at all, and he was this, you know, very cute little guy who described himself as a sports guy. You know, Julie took some photos, and then at the end of it, she said, you know, look, I'd really like to take pictures of you in the bath. And I was a little uncomfortable because, you know, I felt somewhat protective of Jonathan, and
Right.
I wasn't sure that he wanted to do that, and I wanted to make sure that he made the decision, but
He jumped at it.
that's the thing, he was very enthusiastic.
He was just so impressive for a 14-year-old. He was impressive for a 50-year-old. Never mind a 14-year-old. He was just filled with wisdom, wasn't he? And I remember even midway through the interview thinking, I think for people to understand what this boy is going through on a daily, hourly basis and the pain that he's feeling, we need to see his wounds.
Julie's pictures kind of changed everything, you know, because I'd written about Jonathan the first time, and the story was well received, but it didn't go viral. But the second time, like with Julie's pictures, it really gave people an understanding of how courageous this kid was.
I could never have guessed how big it would have gotten. No, I don't think anybody, we couldn't have guessed. But I knew, though, that him being as open as he was incredible. I mean, people don't understand, like at the time, he's a 14-year-old boy, and he's having a bath in front of me for hours and naked, and how incredibly vulnerable that is. So not only is he a teenage boy naked for hours, but he is a teenage boy covered from head to toe with wounds. And I just thought the incredible courage of doing, and I knew almost immediately that he was something special.
He was so thoughtful and so honest and so, you know, transparent about his pain and about what he goes through every day, and yet at the same time had this, you know, effervescent life force that just could not be contained by his disease. And it was that dichotomy that to me was so powerful, and I think the public picked up on that.
Yeah, because he could be funny.
He's funny.
He had a really dry sense of humor sometimes. Yeah. He'd say stuff and you go, oh, right. You know, same with Tina. He'd be very funny, you know.
He was wise beyond his years. I think someone that, you know, faced the prospect of death as much as he did, for someone so young, it just made him different than anyone else of that age. And I don't know, he had sort of a magic quality about him. Like there was I don't know, almost like he had kind of this sense of greatness about him. That, to me, the thing that stands out about Jonathan, you know, is that he had every reason to complain, you know, and he just never complained. Like Jonathan was someone that really fought hard to enjoy his life in a way that's hard to even explain, you know. But I remember when we went in to see him in the hospital in Minnesota, you know, he was going through chemotherapy and radiation, so he felt terrible. And we came into the room and he was, you know, trying to sleep. But because we were there, he wanted to, you know, he like physically would bring himself up
to welcome
to talk to you, you know, like he was obviously just raising himself from his bed in order to engage. And that was always the thing that struck me about Jonathan, was that he always would, you know, drive himself to engage in the world, even when he felt terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and he just had this incredible life force.
Yeah, just bravery like I have never, ever. See, I can't say it, where just incredible bravery like I have never seen. I've been fortunate to meet a lot of brave people and see a lot of things, and just incredible bravery with a smile on his face. To me, it just seemed incredible. He's, bar none, bravest person I've ever met, probably ever will meet.
Me too.
Yeah.
Glad that you know, Jonathan's life has meant something to people. And,
He had an enormous effect on both of us, and I don't think you can shake that quickly, and I hope I never